Oleksiy Honcharuk. He served as Prime Minister of Ukraine from 2019 to 2020. Prior to that, he was deputy head of the Office of the President, focusing on economic policy. He's now a distinguished fellow for the Eurasia Center of the Atlantic Council. Oleksiy, it's good to have you on our show. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, friends, for attention to our country.
For more than 15 days now, we have watched this war. It has been devastating for Ukraine, but also motivating, and it's exposed weaknesses in the Russian military machine. What do you see when you look at the situation as it stands right now?
Putin is a new Hitler. He's trying to change the world order, to change the borders in Europe using military force. So he's acting exactly like Hitler's regime acted against Poland, Czech Republic, and so on and so forth. So it's absolutely obvious that Russian Federation now is like a Third Reich. They're acting exactly using their Nazi playbook. And it's absolutely obvious that it's a war not against Ukraine, but against the civilized world, against Europe, against United States, Canada, Australia, Turkey for sure. So Russia is trying to show itself like a new empire. And they exposing their power. They're showing their power through destroying Ukraine as a state and killing Ukrainians as a people. They're acting exactly. They failed, like perfectly described Mr. Blinken. They failed because they thought that Ukraine will give up, that Ukraine will be scared, Ukrainian people will be scared of their death machine, but they failed because Russia is absolutely fake state. And their military power is a fake power. Yes, they still very powerful because they invested absolutely enormous amounts of money, like dozen billions dollars to this death machine, their military death machine. But now we see that Ukrainians and Ukraine succeeded and successfully stopped Russian troops. So that's why Russia changed their tactics, and now they're acting like a terrorist organization. They're killing civilians. They're destroying cities. They are creating humanitarian catastrophes, and then trying to show to the world that they are trying to do their best to solve these problems. We don't believe, don't trust Russians, because it's impossible to trust Russians. And it's absolutely obvious, I think, because all of us, Turkey, Europe, United States, Ukraine, we remember how Mr. Lavrov 2 months ago said that they're not going to attack Ukraine. And then after the attack in Turkey and Istanbul, he openly said that we didn't invade Ukraine, we didn't attack Ukraine, and we are not going to attack other countries. But they will attack. If Ukraine will fail, they will go to Moldova, they will go to Georgia, they will attack Baltic countries, they will create the problems to Poland through Belarus, because Belarus is not a state anymore. It's a puppet state, and Lukashenko is not a president, it's obviously. And they will create the problems for sure to Turkey, in Armenia. So it's like Russia is trying to rebuild the world, using power and to change the world order. They will they will raise a stake. Putin is crazy. He will raise a stake until all Western world, all civilized world will sit with him to the table and will speak to him about the new world order. And Putin wants you to recognize his privilege to control some part of the world. And in his crazy concept, in this crazy fake Russian world, they are realizing themselves like owners not of all the region, of all zone of control. So It's absolutely crazy death machine with Nazi-like military regime in Russia, and it's absolutely necessary to
Yeah.
stop them as soon as possible.
Oleksiy, we've seen multiple attempts at diplomacy, even some quite high-level ones. But as more and more destruction is wrought across Ukraine, do you feel like that option grows narrower and narrower at this point as the resolve of Ukrainians grows stronger?
Look, the Russian recognize only power. Only power. We should realize it. Like Hitler, it's impossible to make a deal with them. It's impossible. Of course, we are trying. Of course, all of us, we are praying to stop this war as soon as possible. But we should be we should be realists. The only way to stop them is a military component, to stop them on the battlefield. And that's why Ukraine needs as many heavy weapons, as more heavy weapons as is possible. Unfortunately, we have lost already tons of time. And the Western leaders, the majority of Western leaders were scared and now is scared not to provoke Mr. Putin for further escalation. But it's absolutely, I don't know, it's a very weak position. And Putin understands this. And Putin started this war only because 8 years ago, when this war actually was started, when Crimea was annexed, when Putin invaded Donbass, the reaction of the civilized world was very weak. And then Putin understood that he can go as far as he wants. And that's why actually he decided now to go further. And only power, only together with Ukrainians, only helping Ukrainians to stop this crazy criminal crowd in Kremlin, this is the right answer. This is the right way to stop him.
All right. Well, former Ukrainian Prime Minister Oleksiy Honcharuk, it's excellent to have you on our show. Thanks so much for taking the time.